Okay.
Oh, my browser's frozen. So 1 second. It'll come back.
All right, guys. Welcome to the Cross and Pro Show. This is our first episode going live. Um, Waiting for Pro here. So today we're going to review the movie, our Netflix series, Wednesday. So we're going to go over that. Bear with us 1 second while Pro figures out what's going on with his camera. Well, let's see. Like Pro's going to have to log off and log back in. But in the meantime, I wanted to see um, what you guys thought. If you guys want to go ahead and chime in on the comments. There we go. Hold on 1 second, guys. Okay, so are you guys getting the audio? See, my friend Jonathan Montez has joined us. Hold on 1 second. Are you back, brother?
Yeah, as soon as I went to hit screen share, my not responding. Thanks, Windows. Good job, Bill Gates. You buster. Figure it
And
out,
so,
man.
so we have Jonathan Montez and Jasmine Vasquez is on.
I've never heard of those people in my life. Never, neither one of them. Just kidding.
So,
Hi guys,
guys,
I love you.
so like I said, this is going to be the first show. Pardon our technical difficulties. Be able to do this live. So, anyways, we're going to review the Netflix series Wednesday. So, what'd you think about it so far?
So far, oh, I mean, I watched all 8 episodes. It was better than I thought it was gonna be. It was way more watchable than I thought it was gonna be. Like sometimes those spin-offs and I'm an Uncle Fester guy. If it was like an Uncle Fester spin-off, I'd be like, the whole world is. So, what are you gonna do? But it was way better than I thought it was gonna be. I was very pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, I was too. I thought that Jenna Ortega did an awesome job. Um,
Outstanding.
so um, she's from Stuck in the Middle. That's my daughter watches that show, so some of you guys know who know her from that, and she did that movie, one of the Babysitter movies. But I thought she did a really good job playing Wednesday. Um, Actually, I think that she might have been better than Christina Ricci when she did it. For that um, spinoff that they did for the Adams Family, the original.
Yeah, I mean, I can agree with that, especially for all intents and purposes, Christina Ricci was essentially like the original Wednesday. So, New Wednesday had something to kind of go off of, but like she did absolutely outstanding with her own take, her own, she's just her like forcefulness or just her attitude, like she's just awesome.
Right. And so one of the things that so the storyline was good, and I can see why people from like the Stranger Things crowd like this. So the storyline, the whole feel for the movie kind of reminded me of like a mix between Stranger Things, maybe Teen Wolf. um, the Umbrella Academy.
Yeah, I can definitely see that.
And then maybe some Marvel comic in there. So
Arizona sponsor us. I'm starting early with the sponsors. Hit me up, Arizona.
so that's kind of I could see how that crowd really liked it, and I thought the storyline was good. I thought the characters were good. The only one that kind of threw me off, but I still think they did a good job, was Luis Guzman.
Yeah, Luis Guzman. So the only issue with Luis Guzman in Wednesday was they're not letting him be Luis Guzman. That's the only issue with him. Like he has to be more reserved. He's not. He's a scene stealer, man. If they turn him loose, it's gonna be the Luis Guzman show. So I get it, but that was the only thing. That was my biggest beef with the show. Is I freaking love that guy, and I
Right.
just want more of him. I want more of true. And I get it, like, he's I think he's from New York. If not, comes across heavily as like a New Yorker type of person. So that does not fit in the middle of the Adams family. So I understand your regular Luis Guzman does not work, but I just freaking love the guy. Waiting, How to Make It in America, like he's just I love him.
Right. One of the things I found, I don't know, like going from the first episode where the parents are dropping Wednesday off, and then going into the actual show itself, and you find out Morticia and what was the dad's name?
Gomez.
Yeah. So when you go into their story, when they first dropped off Wednesday into that, at the school, there was no indication of the backstory of Guzman being wanted for murder. You know what I mean? They just like dropped him off like nonchalant, and then later they kind of developed that story. So I kind of found that a little bit, be a little bit weird. You know what I mean?
Well, and I mean we've known Gomez Adams for decades now. We never knew he but he didn't kill someone, but we also never knew Morticia did kill someone. So
right. But he was the one that they were, the sheriff was going after. That they were
for sure.
Murder. But when they dropped him off, they were so excited about her going to the school, they never really led on to that backstory of what was going on. If I was Morticia and Gomez, I wouldn't have been there. I don't know what from the beginning.
And that is like not that's like a really big detail to overlook. It's not like they got caught hooking up under the bleachers and she's going to get made fun of because her parents got caught hooking up under the bleachers. It's your parents were in the middle of a murder conspiracy at this school. Why did they not think that this was not going to come up pretty rapidly in her life? So that it was like a little bit of maybe accidental lazy storytelling on the the writers writing staff there. But yeah, I'll give you that for sure.
Yeah. So maybe when they do season 2, they'll kind of go more into that little story. So wanted to say what's up to some of our friends that's on here. So Christy Roberts has jumped on. My boy Bobby Washington.
Bobby Washington and Chris Roberts. My goodness, it's just a group of legends watching us.
Yeah. And then I have another friend. Her name is Jade Voiles. She's another podcaster.
All right.
So she's on. What's up, Jade? So he's Bobby's talking about thing, and this is something that we were talking about. Imagine getting the call. First of all, Pro and I were just looking at the cast, and I'm gonna put this on Pro, and let's go to the actor for
for Thing.
Thing. There he is, right there. So Bobby, what I thought was funny was that there's an actual actor for the hand. Now you can see there's a picture of the hand right there. Scrub up a little bit.
I can't tell. This guy's only freaking. Oh my! This is his only.
See, there's the hand. You see it?
His only IMDb credit is the. How is that? God, what the fuck
But
just happened?
you
My
imagine
mind
getting that
just got
call though.
really, really blown. His own. I'm disturbed by this. Actually, very disturbed by this.
But you imagine getting the call though, the casting or your agent calls you, and they're like, "Yeah, I just got you booked for, this big movie coming up or big show coming up on Netflix." Um, that's a good news. Bad news is your thing.
I don't. I've I've 8 IMDb credits. I probably earned 3 of them realistically, but this guy has 1, and it's for being the hand in Netflix. And when I can't, this is my mind's blown by that. Jesus Christmas. How does he even just get picked to be the hand? Like how does this happen? This blows my mind. Good for you, man. Good for freaking you.
Um,
He has to be famous for a ton of stuff. It says he is from Romania. So Victor's magician performing private TV shows within Romania. So I guarantee he is. I
yeah,
bet in
so
Romania.
Jade is saying that he was a Romanian musician.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I bet in Romania he's in Romania. They all hate me right now for not knowing who he is. They're like, "Oh, who is this freaking ignorant American? Doesn't know the most famous Romanian hand model ever."
Right.
Sorry, guys. Mine's still blown. Just has its height. So if you want to be a hand model, you got to be at least 6'2". That's the new. All right, we're getting way off track. I'm this guy's biggest fan and hater right now. Let's talk about Luis Guzman more. That makes me happy.
I think Luis did. Now he didn't fit the image that I anticipated for Gomez, uh, but I think he pulled off the role. He did really well with it. So
Yeah, I mean, I have no problem with like the work he did itself. Gomez is just a little bit more of like a Rico Suave look that traditionally than what Luis presents. But hey, man,
Jay said that he was cringy in her opinion. I mean, he did a great job playing the dad.
So yeah, I mean, on the cringy factor, what was her name's Jenna? I want to call her Jenny, but Wednesday's name is Jenna. Okay, Jenna Ortega. She nailed it. She was like not cringy at all in like her actual acting or anything like that.
Right.
Like her character wasn't really cringy. Enid was supposed to be cringy, but either way, like that actress, Emma Myers, she did really well, like as that character. I didn't find her character to be like Jesus, but like some of the other ones, Bianca, Xavier, they were a little rough sometimes, but hey, what are you gonna do?
Right. So I thought Jenna looked like Wednesday. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
she completely, I think she nailed that role.
No, she did incredible.
And I didn't realize too that Morticia was Angelica. Where's she at?
Catherine Zeta-Jones.
Yeah, Catherine Zeta-Jones. Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually very surprising. I didn't know beforehand that it was her, so I was just like, that seems like a really big get for this show.
Right, and click on Gwendolyn.
Yeah, this is also another really big. I mean, this is probably she's in Game of Thrones. This is probably a bigger get for her, but this still seems like a really big get for the show.
Right, and that's what I was surprised. So I saw her as the principal. I was like, I know that face. I know that face. And then it occurred to me that it was the girl from Game of Thrones, which I love that show.
Yeah, she was unrecognizable to me at first. Like, it took me a couple episodes, and I was like, "Duh, man!" Like, it was just so obvious. Like, maybe 2 or 3 episodes in, I was like, "What an idiot!"
Right?
She killed it though. She did really well in that role. She did really well with like that persona, that character. Like, she cleaned up wonderfully. Obviously, like she was like that role, that like classic prim and proper principal role that we've seen like plenty of other people very successful women in play before. Like she nailed that. She could definitely stick around playing those roles for sure. Like she's got a good career ahead of her, more than being a warrior for sure.
Right. Yeah, and she did an awesome job with that too. So, so what do you think about season 2? Do you think there's going to be a season 2?
Oh, it 110% deserves a season 2. The show itself is like not my show. It's not something I would normally just be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna watch Wednesday. I'm glad I did. It was good. It 110% deserves a season 2. I don't know if they actually can get better than season 1. We'll see if they do. I could very easily see them, you know, not, but it was better than I thought it would be. I would say episodes like 2, 3, and 4 were truthfully a little rough for me. I thought episode 1 was outstanding. One of my biggest beefs, I did not like the theme song. I could have just used like a little bit more classic Adams Family vibe to the theme song of the show itself. Episode 1 I thought was outstanding. Those couple of middle episodes were rough, and then like 5, 6, 7, 8, it all like those. I thought those were all great. I don't remember like 2, 3, and 4. I felt bored during like that race thing. I got a little bored. Almost fell out around episode 5. I almost had to not finish my homework.
So what episode did you figure out who it was?
Ooh, no, I never suspected that kid because of how little he was actually around. Like, if he was around her more, I might have been like, oh yeah, no, it's him. But like, I never in a million years expected it was or suspected.
Well, don't say who it was yet.
Oh, I already did.
Spoil it. So my friend Craig just jumped on. What's up, Craig? So yeah, we don't want to give you a spoiler for you. He's only on episode 3, but I think it was probably, I don't know, it was probably about episode 3 or 4, and I was joking with my daughter, and my daughter's like, because she'd already saw the whole series, and she said, do you know who do you think the monster is? And I told her, and I was right. I was joking, and so I said, I just named the character, and she's like, why do you think it's him? And I said, because that's how it is on these type of movies. You know what I mean? It just happens to be like the one that you would never, expect. Yeah. So, anyways, and then I ended up being right. So
the amount of cover up and like the direction, like they tried too hard to make it like plot twist driven, like too many twists driven that were like it's kind of vapid. They didn't really hit. It was like they didn't need some of those like, oh no, it was really turned out that the principal was involved or this or that. Like
right.
To me, like in the Gomez episode where we find out it's really Morticia that killed him, like that's, I mean, that was like a mid-season twist, but like that's like a pretty good solid twist. They added in a few more, plus that this other dude, I don't even remember that dude's name, the dude who ended up being Harvey or some shit. What was his name? Let me find out his name. Sorry, guy. I'm not sorry, but I'll say I'm sorry. Here, where you at? All right. Oh, Hunter. I was close. Oh no, his real name.
Harvey.
Oh, he was Tyler. All right, that's fine. Tyler, sup, bud. Anyway, him being the monster was like also another really big twist. Like the other people's involvement and the way we kept finding out about that little stupid stuff to me was just like unnecessary.
Right. And I kept going back and forth too on who I thought it was the first couple of, because of the way that they were doing. But as it went on, I kind of figured it out.
I actually, I haven't taken notes on anything in 120 years probably. I actually took notes, man. I've at least 6 notes. Lurch was underwhelming. You got Lurch, you need to give Lurch a little bit more shine than they gave Lurch.
That is true. I mean, he was only in a couple of scenes, but
yeah.
I think they could have gave him a bigger role.
And this isn't like a big plot spoiler, but the motorcycle gag was pretty good. That was good, where they had like the helmets and stuff. Like that was fun. Thing and Uncle Fester, that could be a spinoff in and of itself. I can just watch those two. Like the things we were talking about, they were like, oh, the Massachusetts whatever job. I forget what job he said. Well, it wasn't Massachusetts. That's where Fester had just come from, I think. But like He's like, oh, this is just like maybe the Michigan job all over again or something like that about like the safe cracking it and like just their back and forth. And especially since Sting doesn't even talk, like that was outstanding. We got Fred. I don't know how to say his last name. That's why I'm looking. Armisen?
Oh, you're looking for Uncle Fester?
Yeah, I looked it up before. I know it's Fred. He was in, I want to say the guy from Flight of the Concords and stuff like that, but I could be so far off with that. Let's test my knowledge here. First of all, Uncle Fester should not be this far down the list. What'd you think about Pugsley? What's your Pugsley?
Pugsley didn't have really any.
Yeah, Fred Armisen.
Yeah, he didn't really have any. That big of a part, and I think they could have utilized him a little bit more too.
Yeah, I mean, I could have used a little more pudge on my Pugsley, but they definitely could have leaned on him more. But now they can in season 2, and I'm sure they will. I was disappointed. Like I'm 34. I grew up on Addams Family watching as a kid. Like there was the cartoon, I had the video game, I watched the movies, obviously. So of course I was looking for some fan service and things like that. So of course, like I would have loved if Uncle Fester was a little traditional Uncle Fester, a little fatter, but Fred Armisen did an outstanding job as Uncle Fester. He was potentially my favorite part of the show. Him and Thing, just like I said, that was so freaking good. And then who else? I mean, like I said, the Lurch thing, could have went either way. But there's also more characters I'm sure we're gonna get in season 2, like Cousin It, Granny. Granny still got to be alive. She was alive in the movies when they were all around this age, so we might get her. Who knows who we're gonna get from the dead that we never had? New people. I don't know if Cousin It, yeah. Hopefully, Cousin It will be back. But like, Goody Adams, the one who's going to show her the way, basically her Raven from Game of Thrones. I'm pretty sure that's like a new Adams family member to us.
Well, cool, man. So, overall, what would you give this out of 1 through 10?
Ooh, 1 through 10. If we're gonna do more of these, man, this is gonna set the groundwork for every rating we give on this show right here, right now. So I'm giving it a 5.5. I'm gonna put it right in the middle because I don't want to rank it too high because all of a sudden a bunch of great stuff's gonna come out and I'm gonna be like, oh fuck, if Wednesday was a 6, 7, then this is at least an 8 when it's really only a 7. So Wednesday you're getting like a 5.5 right in the middle. I think that's a good baseline.
You know what? I'm gonna give Wednesday. I'm gonna give it a 6.
My goodness.
That's just the baseline as a baseline because like you said, there's gonna be more movies coming out now. Later, it might end up being there was an 8, but
yeah, no, and completely. I will. Wednesday might slide up, but with it being number 1, I can't say there are. I will say there's more great things like one of the guys. Let me see. Go back because I can never remember his name, even though I've looked at it 5,200 times. The sheriff. He was in Sons of Anarchy. Yeah. I'm always going to support when there's a Sons of Anarchy, Jamie McShane. When so I was like, oh, cool, love to see that. Little things like that get me, send me down my IMDb rabbit hole. Christina Ricci was fine in it. She was in it just as fan service. She did end up being a big part of it, obviously, but.
Right, and the sheriff. That's kind of what reminded me of the Teen Wolf aspect. Having that sheriff chasing, well, I don't say chasing, but he was trying to get the monster and becoming friends with Wednesday, but that kind of reminded me of the whole premise of the people that was chasing the all the teenage wolves. I'm Teen Wolf. So, but I think he did a great job too.
Yeah, I mean, overall, everyone really did. Like, I don't my 5.5, if anything, is like at story itself. Things like that. Like graphically, visually, like it looked outstanding. The themes, settings were really cool, and everything like that. There was cool effects. They had the cool little snap tribute when she figured out the little hidden staircase thing, which hidden hidden passageways are a big part of Adam's family, so that was fun.
Cool. So now, our next show, we got to do something for Christmas. So it's going to be something Christmas themed. So if you guys have any suggestions, I'm thinking about doing maybe a reaction video to Christmas traditions gone wrong.
All right, hold on. Wait, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Yeah, Die Hard is definitely a Christmas movie.
All right, I don't think it is, so we can argue about that on Christmas. Our
Die
plan
Hard
for
is definitely a
Christmas
Christmas movie.
That's a real family Christmas.
So, yeah. So let us know in the comments. Do you think that Die Hard's a Christmas movie? So, so you don't think it is?
No, it's not, guys. It's an action movie. Come on, it was never a Christmas movie until everyone was like, "Oh my god, we love Christmas movies so much," and then people were like, "Well, you know what? It's Christmas in Die Hard, so that's a Christmas movie." Like, is Black Christmas a Christmas movie? No, we call it a horror movie. We don't even call Krampus a Christmas movie. We call Krampus a horror movie.
So we'll debate that. We'll debate that in the next show. So the next one we'll do is going to be Christmas themed. So make sure you guys tune in. Thank you guys for watching today. Leave your comments. Come and make sure you guys subscribe to the new channel. We're having a lot of fun with the new Cross the Pro show. So got a lot of things coming up. Some good ideas. A lot of ideas that we got. I think they're good ideas. Hopefully, they're good ideas.
Yeah, we'll be all right. Even if they're not, we'll sell them. We'll make them good.
Well, cool. All right, guys. Again, thank you guys for joining us, and then we'll see you in the next episode.
I gotta say this. I'm jumping right into a Slacker Get Serious episode with my boy Graham Zelinsky. He is on IMDb. Check him out. Go check his stuff out. His episode's coming out, but I gotta plug him.
All right, cool. Yeah, and then while you think that, we do have for Crossband Productions, we have a big event coming up next month with Ashley Betcher. That's the double live event. So make sure you catch that too. So, all right, brother.
Plug everything. Plug it all.
So, well, we want to plug this too. So make sure you catch us in the next episode, guys. All right. But remember, you guys are uniquely designed with purpose.
What he said, I agree.
Peace.
Later, guys.